caring for children has always been one of the deepest and most satisfying things a human being can do. The world is changing, and there's never been a more important time for childcare business owners to start marketing their businesses. In this podcast, we're going to be talking about everything that can help you grow your childcare business and stand out in a crowded market. Welcome to the Childcare Business Growth Podcast. Hey everyone, it's Nick here from Childcare Business Growth. So I'm super excited to join you for another podcast here. And today we're going to be talking with the founders of the online school. We're going to be talking with Ali and Angela. Now, we started connecting a few months back during, that big word starting with a P and ending with pandemic. And it's been a crazy time, we know, for everyone over the last 12 months. And we started reaching out towards, I would say, maybe where the light was the end of the tunnel, starting to come out to the back end of this thing, and finding out about what these guys have been up to over the last 12 months and the amazing impact they've had, not only on children in the UK, but children worldwide. Okay, so I'm not going to do it anywhere near enough justice. So I'm going to pass over to you guys. Ali and Angela, thank you both for joining me today. Do you guys mind just doing a bit of an introduction to you and the business and why this came about?
Angie, you want to go first?
No, you go first.
Right. Hi guys, all you digital guys out there. My name's Ali. I'm the founder of the online school. This venture came about kind of by accident, if I be totally honest. We come from a long history of education recruitment. So we used to provide teachers and teaching staff to schools nationally and internationally. And we used to venture far and beyond to find great talent and bring them back to the UK. But unfortunately, COVID didn't allow us to complete our task last year and said, no more recruitment for you guys. So instead, all of the teaching clients that we had were no longer focusing on bringing new teaching staff in, rather they were worrying about the safety and well-being of children. So what we decided to do was to pivot off the back of that and use a strong database that we've collected of teachers over the last 7 years to try and help fill that void of education. We knew children were suffering. We knew that families were having a knock-on effect. Things like domestic violence were on an all-time rise, and we wanted to be part of the solution. So we wanted to use our powers, which was to provide educational staff, in a revolutionary way. So we wanted to create what was hopefully the Netflix of education, a really light, agile way to connect teachers to students so they can receive live lessons safely in their home, taught by qualified professionals. Excellent. That's pretty much it.
Excellent. I think that's a perfect summary. Now, there's obviously some of you going to be listening. This is focused around childcare business owners, all shapes and sizes around the world. And you're probably thinking, well, how is this relevant to us? Why are we talking about online learning where a lot of us are actually physical locations? Or don't worry, I promise you we're going to get to that because there's going to be a huge benefit for you guys here at the end of this. And we'll talk about how you guys can get involved and how you, as a childcare business owner, can benefit from this as well in the long term. So thank you, Ali, for that bit of an introduction. So we're just going to go into, tell us a little bit about the online school and the impact you guys have had over the last 12 to 18 months.
Cool. So it's probably important to know, in the year of 2020, we didn't feel it was right to charge anyone. So we gave out the service totally free of charge to try and help out as many people as possible. And in doing so, we were able to reach out to over 15,000 students and were able to help them across 25 different countries.
Wow.
So we're talking not just the people that can afford it. We're talking about the areas that get a lot of neglect. We're talking about refugee camps. We're talking about low remote areas in Africa. We're talking about orphanages, just to prove that you can pretty much access quality education from anywhere. And I'm sure Angela will tell you that we've had some really great and inspiring stories of children that have gone through bullying. And rather than me saying it, I'll hand it over to you, Angie. Tell us about some of the happy kids that we've made.
So we've had children that have come to us that have been removed from schools, for example, because of bullying and kind of general school trauma. So the traditional classroom environment was just a horrific experience for them. And they've come on to us with kind of sleep disturbance, night terrors, all these horrendous, awful stories that we've heard from these parents. They've joined our lessons, and in particular, we do a life skills lesson, which teaches you things like autonomy, resilience, talks about bullying, touches on kind of gang culture, knife crime, things that these children are experiencing, sadly, every single day now. And they've joined these lessons, and their confidence has just been boosted tenfold. They are now able to kind of join a social setting, or especially on our lessons, with their microphones on, their cameras on, they're confident, they're talking clearly, they're assertive, and they, most importantly of all, know how to deal with situations. And that's something, you know, that doesn't come naturally to a lot of children. You have to be taught those skills.
Of course.
And that's, you know, that's kind of just one of the amazing things that we've been able to achieve. We also have students, as Ali said, from all over the world. We have a particular student that's based in Kenya, who has kind of particularly high aspirations, didn't feel like she was getting the best out of her daytime school, so she was using us as kind of extra additional tutoring. She has come out of her most recent exams with the top grades.
That's amazing.
In English, maths and French, because of the tutoring that we've done with her. So those kind of things make my day. My job is to talk to parents and kind of introduce them to the online school. And when I hear stories like that, and you know, particular successes, it makes my job worthwhile. That's why I do what I do.
Yeah, that's awesome. And tell me, Angela, if you don't mind, what's the youngest children you've had? Tell me the age range from the youngest right the way up to the oldest, if you don't mind.
So we teach children from the age of 5. So if you're looking at traditional school years, it would be year 1 right up until 18, so up until the point of A levels. So we can coach on A levels, GCSEs, 11 plus, year 2 SATs, year 6 SATs, and everything in between. So a huge range of students.
Excellent. And guys, you know, even though we're making particular references there to, you know, UK exams, etc., like some of the lessons that these guys are teaching are not just specific to curriculums or anything like that. It's around life skills and further education and basic fundamentals, skills that would apply to any examining board wherever you are around the world. Like you said, Angela, you know, you've got children that are accessing you know, from Kenya and all over the world, the examples Ali shared with me previously. So this is relevant for, again, just to point out, guys, for all childcare business, wherever you are around the world, these are fundamentals, lifelong skills that children and families can access from wherever they are, okay?
Yeah.
Now, you guys, obviously, we talked about there all the way from the age of 5. Now, think about this, childcare business owner. There's a lot of you right now that have after-school club programs that you cater for children that, you know, may have been with you from the age of 6 months, and they've gone all through your setting, and now they're coming out the other end and they're staying for your after-school club programs. Or you may have some families that are moving on from you. Now, one of the biggest things a lot of childcare businesses struggle with is once that child leaves or that family doesn't have any more children of a childcare, you know, setting age, they don't have anywhere else to go to. So in a situation where, you know, your income potential is limited, you're not in a position to be able to support that family anymore. And this is why I wanted to connect with Ali and Angela, is around, well, what opportunities does the online school bring for childcare business owners like you around the world? So Ali, back to you if you don't mind. Just tell us a little bit about your thought process here and what you're doing with other organizations in a similar way.
Cool. Well, thanks for that, Nick. Well, the main thing that I've always thought is collaboration is key, and sharing of resources to help each other kind of build up. A lot of these parents that come to these childcare businesses, as great as they are, they may have some older siblings that the childcare business may not be suitable for them, or as you mentioned, they end up moving on further. So the idea is, even though that the childcare business is not connected with these young people and these families anymore, we can act as a bridge to help maintain that connection. And also in turn give those childcare businesses some additional revenue to help them make sure that any gap in their finances is now trying to be covered. So what I mean by that in I guess simple terms is people who would be able, if you've got a nursery and you've got a 3-year-old or a 4-year-old and they're suddenly turning 5 and they're no longer at your nursery, you could recommend them to a service like the online school. We do pretty much all the curriculum subjects, as you mentioned, but over the summer and all the half terms, we do loads of cool things like coding, life skills, arts and drama and music, and all the other kind of non-essential classified by school skills that I think really help children. And in return, we can give a commission for every month that this child remains with us. So you're not recommending them to a bar or a club. You're recommending them to something that is constructive, that is positive, that is in line, is going to help them grow as a human being. And in turn, the childcare businesses take home something in return for that.
Yeah, of course. Now, I know a lot of you guys that are listening to this, you're not motivated by money, but let's face this, at the end of the day, you know, the number one priority is here is that you're furthering to help that child's education. You're supporting those families when the child moves on. And again, as Ali mentioned, during holiday periods and things like that, it's great they've got that additional opportunities to learn new subjects, etc. as well, if they want to explore those. But as well, it's giving you an opportunity to then continue get, you know, a small amount of revenue from those families in the long term. Now, that may not be anything for, you know, a small amount of children first of all, but think about this build up over a period of time. If you're referring, for example, 100 children, you're getting a small amount each month from that. That's additional revenue that's going back into your business that potentially could pay for more resources, more training courses, etc. There are lots of opportunities with this. So Ali and Angela, if there's, how do people find out more? How would they go about getting involved with the online school?
Cool. So I guess the main way for people to get involved with the online school is we've set up a specific link just for you guys, which is the online school /affiliates. And I'm sure, Nick, you'll be able to share that around with everyone.
We'll pop that in the comments as well.
Everyone, you can go on, find out a bit more about our product and our services and how we help children out. And then you can register to become an affiliate. And then either myself or Angela will reach out to everyone that applies within a sense, we're hoping within a day. So as soon as you apply, first come, first serve, we'll get in touch with you. And it's probably fair to say that not every arrangement will be the same. A lot of what you will be doing ultimately helps us continue to provide free education for those, I say, vulnerable communities and environments. So sometimes we may get to meet some great childcare businesses that don't want to recommend anyone, but they just want to do some further good and lending of their resources to some of these vulnerable communities. And we can have those kind of conversations too. So there isn't just a one size fits all. We're here to work with businesses and help them to grow and realize their full potential.
Yeah. And just to summarize, guys, what's the bigger mission here of the business? You know, what is the goal that you guys are trying to achieve?
I guess the main goal, I mean, we are aligned to support the UN SDG 4, which is the Sustainable Development Goal for education that the UN has put out. So the UN's got like 17 initiatives that they want to make decent headway by the year 2030. And sadly, there's about 300 million children in the world without proper education. Yeah. So what we would like to do is to be able to chisel away at that number by providing quality education for those that can and free education for those that can't. So hopefully in 7, 8, 9 years time, we might be able to take away a few percentages off that number.
Yeah, that's a good point. And think about that, guys. You know, when you're doing tours of your childcare facility, okay, there's a lot of things we talk about providing added value. So when someone comes for a tour, you're showing a parent around and you explain about what you do, etc. This is another thing that you can talk about that you support. Okay, so an opportunity for you to go out there and say, hey, not only do we support children in our setting, but we're helping support other children through the online school around the world, through accessing provision and education that's available for everyone, regardless of their demographic or social background, etc. So it's something for you guys to be able to go on and support you, and also to say that, you know, hey, when you leave us, there's an opportunity we can help to continue to support your child's education. And even if you have other older children, they'll be able to access these programs too. So there's lots and lots of positives and opportunities for you guys to get involved in the online school. And that's why I want to introduce you to Angela and Ali, because I think these guys are not only doing an amazing job, they've helped thousands of children through obviously this huge event that's been going on around the world. And now they're giving you an opportunity to not only support those children as well, but support your families and support with a further education of those children too. Guys, is there anything else you wanted to finish up on that you know, just to mention to these childcare business owners at all? You want to add in?
I think for myself, I just say, you know what, we're a bunch of, you know, we are very small people with a very big dream. And, you know, the more people that come along on this journey are really going to help us achieve that dream much quicker. So excellent. That's the main thing that I'd like to pass along. Angie?
Absolutely, I totally agree with you. What we're trying to do and what we're really passionate about is huge. And the only way we can get there is with the help of other people and these little steps. And that will help us achieve the dream quickly.
Yeah. Guys, you know, you've heard it from these guys. They do an amazing job around the world. Let's make sure we get on board and support them in the initiative, and hopefully you can benefit off the back. I'll make sure we post the link in the comments wherever you're watching this right now or listening to this. And guys, Ali, Angela, I want to thank you both for giving up your time. I know you're very busy, you know, this mission that you guys have got. So I'm very grateful for you guys jumping on. And hopefully we can catch up maybe in a few months from now and find out about the continued success that you guys are having on children around the world. Thank you both for joining me.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Nick. Thanks. Bye.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye.
We're on a mission to help business owners just like you to get more customers into their businesses and to help you stand out from your competition. If you'd like to find out more about the ways we can help your business, check out our website at childcarebusinessgrowth.com.